So we definitely got to do a video to this one because this is a big lie. And I was trying to figure out, and I put this up in the community. I just definitely had to get on and talk about this one. Because for the mystery of iniquity already at work. Let me just read you the headline if you haven't seen this post in the community. And I believe I put the link over there. It's not showing up in my Android post. Scientists plan to hit an asteroid with more than 9 million radio waves from HARRP. But I thought HARRP didn't exist. Oh, you tripping. That's a conspiracy. They don't have a machine like that. Okay, first of all, let me go back and start with this. After the hell the whole country just went through with this weather that we just had, 90% of the country, 95 plus, sub-zero. Now you mean to sit there and tell me, we've been saying weather machine, right? Navy admitted decades ago. Now I'm reading an article that says that the scientists plan on using HARRP by name to shoot 9.6 million radio waves from HARRP to hit it. And then the article goes on to say this. It doesn't even plan on, okay, so if it doesn't even plan on hitting the earth, why are you messing around? I'm kind of fired up on this one. A 500-foot wide asteroid called 2010 XC15 will pass by the earth tomorrow, which is December 27th. While it has no intentions of hitting us, it's us who will hit the asteroid. It's us who will hit the asteroid with a radio pulse. For what? So you know what you're doing? So next weekend is supposed to be in the 50s and warmer for some folks. We're in the dead of winter, folks. This ain't summertime. This ain't fall. It's winter. And it gets the coldest in the Northeast and the Midwest in February. Here we are in January. And I've been telling people who ain't been paying attention to the forecast, man, it ain't gonna be no 50 next week. They just forecasted it up here. It's forecasted in Ohio, where I'm from. They're gonna be in the 50s, maybe higher, because the further south you go, Columbus is always particularly warmer than Detroit, because they're further south by 10 degrees sometime during the spring. But I talked to my parents and they seen the forecast. It's gonna be 50. One forecast I read said that Sunday was going to be 55. One said 52. So starting, check, now dig this here. I want y'all to see the connection. If you look at the 10-day forecast, I looked at it here and I even posted it. That starting Wednesday, the temperatures start climbing back up into the 30s and the 40s. And then when we get into this weekend, it's going to be in the 50s in the dead of winter. Now it all makes sense. I see why it's going to be that warm. Because you plan on tomorrow blasting the atmosphere with 9.5 million waves of radio frequency to hit an asteroid that you say, okay, is not going to hit us. But if it's not going to hit us, then why are you doing what you're doing? So HARRP has been known to be a weather machine. Go check out that movie, Geostorm, with Gerard Butler. That's HARRP. But they say it's made in a different way. They can move it around. Something that the U.S. Navy came up with. Okay? And they've been lying about it don't exist, or we don't use it for that. But when you look up the papers for the Navy, they say that's exactly what it is. It's a weather controlling system. So when we seen this front come down over top of the whole United States, which I said looked like an attack, a 40-year event, the number 40 is testing. We know what happened with that number 40 biblically. Here we are. Now, when you look at this date, if you go back through, I'm not going to post it again, because, excuse me, you can go look in the community, okay? But It says that, okay, here it says the scientists at University of Alaska Fairbanks and NASA, which is Satan, want to examine the 210 XC-15 space rock to test their preparation against Ophis or Ophius or Apophis or Opophis, this dangerous asteroid that might hit our planet in 2029. Revelation 19 and 11 is 30. That would be right at the end of tribulation. Because what did God say in the book? That immediately after tribulation was over, something bad was going to happen. That's 2029. So if Revelation 19 and 11, Christ comes back to judge and we come back with him, and the gospel is also confirming this date and time as immediately after tribulation, the sun will show everything is going to go to pot. Okay. And they're planning on practicing. And check this out. They believe that in April, which is the month, either it's the second month from Nisan, which is the first month, could be in March, and April, first and second month in the Hebrew calendar, God's lunar calendar. And that's in April on the 13th. That 2029 when this is going to happen. Biblical stuff here, folks. Biblical stuff. It says HARRP will dig deep into the asteroid. Okay. I gotta find a link to this. It's in my news break app, but for whatever reason I can't get the article to pull up so I can get to the full link. But go in the comment section and check this out. Low frequency radio waves can reveal the intent and interiors of an asteroid. They plan on tomorrow heating up the atmosphere, which is what could cause what? More bad weather. You want to talk about putting holes in the ozone layer? You got CERN doing that now. So here you plan on using a machine that you say don't exist until you want it to exist, and you plan on using this as a practice for what the big dog coming in 2029. The number 9 is the number of finality. 2029. April, to be a matter of fact, on the date. This is what they plan. That's a biblical year. Okay? And that lines right up with scripture, talking about the stars will fall from heaven, and the sun shall no longer give its light, and the moon shall be. So that's falling right in line with scripture as far as what happens directly after. It says immediately after tribulation, all hell breaks loose from above, come down. That's why I don't understand why people think it's going to be a rapture after tribulation. This ain't nobody going up. The kingdom comes down, and we come down with it. We come down with the Lamb. So you're going to use HARRP to blast a rock. You say it's practice. What if that blast goes wrong? And you break it up and it actually, pieces of it fall and hit us. But you're using a machine. My point is, you're using a machine that don't exist. You deny it, that don't exist, but it exists now. And you say you're practicing for the big dog that's coming in 2029. But in the meantime, you're heating up the atmosphere. It makes sense to me now why we're going to be in 50-degree weather. The majority of the upper part of the country that was just in sub-zero this weekend. That was, some of you like to hear that. And a lot of times when I'm making a video, that train just is, it's prophetic the way it comes past. But I really wanted to put a video to that because to talk, this strange things, folks. Going to heat up the atmosphere, and put us in 50-degree weather. After we just come out of this, the majority of the country just come out of this sub-zero crap. But now it makes sense. When you throw radio waves, that's like a microwave, ladies and gentlemen. It's like 5, 6G, 7G technology. You're throwing frequency through the air and you're heating up the atmosphere, because those radio waves and frequencies, when they hit molecular water structure, it heats them up. The same way this new technology changes your molecular structure in you and heats you up, cooks you from the inside. That's what a microwave does. So we're throwing microwave blast in the air at a rock that ain't supposed to hit us. And you're going to heat up the atmosphere. Deuces.